A is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for Thawwab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our program Learning Arabic. Today it's ka or kaf. How can we pronounce it and how can we write it? I think that would be our major point today in such episode. In the last episodes we discussed a lot of Arabic alphabets, starting from alif and ending up with qaf. And as everyone knows that in Arabic we do have emphatic, non-emphatic sounds. We also have classifications of sound. We can discuss more about that after introducing all my guests today. I'm joined as always with Muhammad from Guyana, Khalid from Guyana, Muhammad from Pakistan, Osama from Egypt, and finally my dear guest Nabil from Pakistan. Welcome to all of you. Today we're gonna discuss how can we write and pronounce the Arabic alphabet kaf, and I think that is probably could be close to the English letter K.
Yeah.
That's why it would be actually quite easy actually if we just have a kind of comparison between two letters. Now let me just move on here to the slides, and I would start here by saying this emphatic letter corresponds to English K. Kaf represents a familiar sound that takes no extra effort on your part of your tongue. Okay, take care of the distinguish between kaf at the letter and qaf, which is pronounced deep in throat, and that's why today probably lots of people may be confused about the two letters together between qaf and kaf, and I would keep saying that is qaf is an emphatic sound, kaf it's not in this way. Qaf probably very similar, qaf as a letter is very similar to the tails, for example, of sin and sheen, sad and dad, also very close to fa, but when it comes in comparison with kaf, I think that there is a difference in pronunciation. Okay, now let me just read how can we write such a letter. Kaf is a connecting letter that has two distinct shapes. One is independent and final positions, and one in initial and medial positions. To write independent kaf, start with above the line, make curve and follow the line. Here is that in this way. I would suppose that there is a line here. So I would start with the line here in this way, making another curve here. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a tiny hook at the end. Here is that. Can you see that? Make a tiny hook. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, pick your pen and draw a little hamza-like figure inside angle. Here is that, in this way. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Well, this is probably the first form of writing kaf when it comes in an independent form or independent shape. Okay. But I would say also that we do have a lot of forms when it comes to kaf. Let me just move on here to the slides, and it says, for example, when we write, as you know, that is kaf when it comes in initial position, like for example kabir. But I would like just to get back again to the previous slide, and because kaf is a connector sound.
Yeah.
It's something like jim, something like ha, something like kha, and kaf even in pronouncing it. Can you pronounce kaf? So
Kaf.
Can you see that?
Kaf.
Right. Is that a
Kaf.
voice or voiceless?
Kaf. It's a voiceless.
A voiceless sound.
Yeah, voiceless sound.
Okay. Is that close to K in English, for example?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
So let me just start here reading here such a slide. It says, to write initial kaf, start as you do. The independent form, drawing down to the line, make a right angle and draw along into a connecting segment. Note that the body of the initial kaf is not exactly the same to the line on the paper. It may be slightly slanted or even curved, depending on the individual style. After you finish writing the skeleton of the word, go back and make a cross. Here it is, in this way. When kaf actually comes in the initial position, please follow me in writing such a letter in Arabic. Here it is. I write that here in this way, making another slanted line, and then we make just one straight line here in this way. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Well, but this is probably one way. You can also start with another way, here in this way. You can make that here in such a way. Can you see that?
Yes.
Well, can you give me an example, please, with any words starting with kaf?
Kabir.
Kabir, right. Here we go. Yep.
Kitabun.
Right, kitabun. So let me start here with, I would say kabir, for example. So I will start here in this way. Ka. How many letters do we have in Kabir? Ba.
Yeah, we have
4.
Yeah. And Ra. Can you see that?
yeah.
Did you notice something? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yep.
I find here that when connecting the alphabet, okay, we omitted the Hamza. Why?
Well, I think that this is very interesting, Wissam. I think we did not discuss in such episodes Hamza, long vowels, short vowels, med, whether it's long or short. And I think that we gonna discuss something like that in a special episodes for learning Arabic.
Yeah.
In our program actually today, or in such episodes, we are discussing more about the consonants and how can we pronounce them. But I would tell you here something, or could be also very important. When it comes to Hamza, I think that Hamza comes with Ka when it comes in the final position. But I know that this is not enough actually to discuss the issue and the topic of Hamza in Arabic.
Yeah.
I think it takes actually more than one episode to discuss Hamza. But Ka or Kaf in Arabic, I would say when it comes in the final position, we should have Hamza. But when it comes to the initial position, we don't have that. So we just start with a very straight lines here in this way. Can you see this? And you should make a kind of slanted line here in this way. Sometimes you can make that here, or you can make that here. It's something up to you. Can you see that? Okay. Now I would like just to combine Ka with Ba. Can you see that? What I'm making here is that I just started with the first hook here in this way. Can you see this? Okay. But I remove this hook. And then I combine Ba with Ya after that, here in this way. And then we end with Ra.
Yeah, that's clear.
Okay. I would write it again. Please follow me in writing it.
Yeah.
Okay, here is it. Ka, Ba, Ya.
It means big.
It means big, right.
Yeah.
Here is it. Exactly, that's right. So can you see that?
That's it.
Yep, here we go. That's it. Yep, here is it. That is what I'm looking for. Exactly. Here is it. Yep, Muhammad, that's right. So I think that this is when it comes in initial position. So we have to remember here that is Kaf in initial position, it's always connected. How about when it comes in the
Middle.
here's another example, right? Kabir, also we have Kitab.
Yes.
Also, when it comes in middle position, I would say when it comes in middle position, it's
Still
always connected.
Connected, yeah.
Right. I can tell you, for example, give me one example, please, with K or Ka in Arabic in the middle position. I would say Fikra.
Yeah.
Or probably we can say Doctor. In medial position, Ka is written like initial Ka, except that you must start from the connecting segment on the line, draw up to the following segment, Doctor. Here is that. Let me just start writing the word Doctor. I would write that here in this way. Can you see this? How many letters do we have here? Wa and Ra. Can you see that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
How many emphatic sounds do we have here?
No.
Nothing.
No sound,
Nothing.
yes.
We don't have that, right? So let me start here with that. Do you still remember the rule of Da?
Yeah.
Yep.
It is disconnected when it comes to initial
In
position.
initial position, right.
Yeah.
So here is that. I would write Da here in this way. And then Ka here. We don't use Hamza when Ka comes in initial or in medial
Yeah.
position again. And we make that in this form. Okay. And then we start writing Ta here with a small hook. And then we combine Ta with Wa. And then we have Ra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
It means that we can put the, little Hamza on the Kaf only at the time it was separate.
Right, exactly. When it comes separate, or probably when it comes in the final position.
The final position, yeah.
Right.
Connected with the previous one.
With the exactly, that's right. Okay. So this is about Ka. When it comes in medial position, it's always connected.
Yeah.
Let me just move on here to Ka when it comes in final position. Final Ka is similar in shape to independent Ka. Right, okay. Except that it's connected to the previous letter. Start from the connecting segment. Draw the line up and give it a flat along the line. The same line tail you draw for Fa. When you have finished writing, giving it the little Hamza, like mark. I can tell you here that is when it comes in final position, I would say that we have two different forms of Ka.
Yeah.
The first one which is connected and the second one which is disconnected.
Disconnected.
But in both forms, in both skeletons, we have Hamza.
No.
But in the initial, in the medial position, we don't have such Hamza.
Yeah.
Okay, is that clear?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
clear, it's clear.
so let me just move on here again and write, for example, the word shak. Okay, I think there is a mistake here in the
Yeah.
transliteration, but
Yeah.
I would write, for example, the word shak. How many letters do we have in this word?
We have 2.
Here is it. Sha. Can you see that? And ka.
Yeah.
I will combine them together. Here is it. I remove the tail here. So I write sha here in this way. Make a short distance. And then combining that with ka, the hook and the hamza. Here is that. Which means doubt.
Doubt.
Right, exactly. Well, this is one example for ka when it comes connected. Please follow me also in writing the other example when it comes disconnected, like the word makuk, which means shuttle.
Shuttle.
Okay, let me just write that in Arabic. I would write that here. Here is it. I will start with ma.
Yeah.
Here is it. Are we going to discuss more about ma because we have different forms of ma?
Yeah.
And here is ka, comes in initial position, medial position. And then I combine that with wa, and then with ka. Another ka here with the hook and the hamza. Here we go. Did you write that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just have a look at this. Well, terrific, excellent, Muhammad, expert. Well, that is amazing. I think we can discuss more about that, but after having a break. My dear viewers, we're going to have a break. Stay tuned. Don't leave. We will be right back.
Righteous companions. It is Islam that given us the sense of dignity. I love all of them in a way that you cannot imagine. That Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu would say something and the Quran would come down matching what he said. والسابقون الأولون من المهاجرين والأنصار والذين اتبعوهم بإحسان رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. Just compare what you did for Islam with just one of them.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the second part of our program, Learn Arabic. In the previous part, we discussed how can we write and pronounce ka. And in the second part, we're going to also continue writing that and moving on to the following letter. I think that when it comes to ka, in the initial position, the middle position, I think that would be very easy. No hamza, combined with the previous one, with the following one. When it comes in the final position, let me just give you another example. I think we did start in the previous part, writing the word makuk.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So let me just give you the shapes for writing ka in Arabic. We do have actually a lot of words today. The first word here is kabir. Please, repeat following me. Here is the kabir.
Kabir.
So don't say kabir.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Okay, please don't be confused between ka and qa.
Yeah.
So kabir, I would say kitab,
Kitab,
which means
yes.
book. Okay, and then we have fikra.
Fikra.
Please don't be confused between fa, tha, and qa.
Yeah.
Okay, so we say also fikra. We don't say faqra. That's something else.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we say doctor.
Doctor.
Okay, and then we say shak.
Shak.
And also we say makuk.
Makuk.
So please focus more attention on the word, the letter ka.
Yeah.
So this is about ka actually, and I think that would be, in my opinion, I think that would be easy. Do you know why? Because here, when it comes for ka in Arabic, I think it will be the same. Like in English, we have k.
Yeah.
And that's why I would keep saying that that is probably another secret of Arabic language, that you can find a lot of similar sounds that can be found in different languages. Now let me just move on to another Arabic letter here, which is lam.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just have a look at the slide here. It says this letter represents the sound, a frontal L, in which the front part of the tongue is against the back of the teeth, very close to L. Okay, and tongue is high in the mouth. Some English language speakers, especially in the US, pronounce L with the tongue farther back and lower down in the mouth, resulting in a more emphatic sound than Arabic lam.
Yeah.
Okay. Say the word terrible
Terrible.
aloud. So
Terrible.
say it, terrible. Can you see that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Notice that the position of your tongue when you say final part of such word. Terrible. Say bull.
A ball.
Bill.
Can you see that? Bill. Okay. Now, it's similar to the position to your tongue holds when you say, for example, in your word like sa and da. Okay, I think that's very interesting. I will tell you here that is, lam in Arabic probably could be close to L in English in different actually shapes, but especially when it comes to certain characteristics in pronunciation. But let me just read that. To pronounce Arabic lam, to hold the tip of your tongue against the back of your teeth at the roof of your mouth, and to keep your tongue as high and frontal as you can. Can you see that?
Yeah.
In Arabic, we have emphatic and non-emphatic lam in sounds like Allah,
Yeah.
and also
think-
like, yep.
You don't see this kind of emphatic and non-emphatic sound from the same letters in any word in English.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
But no, I think that we have in English dark L and clear L.
Exactly, Sam. I think that's true, right? Especially when it comes to the US English. Or
Yes,
probably,
US English.
you can, for example, say milk rather than say milk, something like that.
Tell.
Exactly,
But that's,
here we go.
that's different version of English.
Right,
If you stick to the one English, like standard English, it won't come, probably.
right.
That's in different cities. I mean, Arabic, there's only one classic Arabic.
Yep,
Talk about the one sticking to one same topic.
Yeah, yeah.
right. That's
So
right.
In that context, I think it don't come in English.
I think that is, a lot of linguists today claim that when it comes to an English language, you can find also dark L, as Osama said now, and clear L. And I think this is probably a real fact happening in English language. I think so, Osama. But I think when it comes in Arabic, I think also in Arabic you can find the heavy and the light L. And I still remember one of my professors was teaching me how can I pronounce L mufakhama, which is emphatic.
Yes.
Lam mufakhama, right? For example, when you say Allah, so we don't say Allah.
Yeah.
Can you see that? So we say Allah. Now let me just read here in the slide, which says, lam is a connecting letter. A very important note here. So that means that it should be connected with the following one and with the previous one. The shapes.
By the way, the name of Allah can be also pronounced in a lighter way.
Exactly.
La,
Right.
but this is in connected on continuous speech.
Exactly,
Okay.
Sama. I think you are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you can
So
find.
if we have kasra before lafz al-jalala, so it will be lighter in
Exactly, that's
pronunciation.
right. Exactly. So here is that. The shapes of lam are similar to those of ka, except that lam has no cross bar and has a narrower and a deeper tail that dips below the line in its independent and final position, like here in this way. Can you see that? Here I would write the letter, the Arabic letter lam. Can you see that? We make a straight line, then we make a half of the circle in this way. I would say that this is here a kind of line, and then sometimes you can find that here in this way. Can you see that?
I think it is the reverse of L in English.
Exactly, Samuel. That's. I think that's right.
Yeah.
And to write an independent lam, start at the top and draw a straight line, continuing below the line into the tail, which should be approximately the same shape as the tail of sab, but little narrower. I think that's right. And I would tell you that when la actually comes in initial position, I would keep saying that it's always connected with the following one. Let me just give you one example for the word Libya. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So when it comes, for example, Libya here, in initial position, let me just write that here. How many letters do we have in this word? La, yeah,
We have 5.
ba, another yeah, and then a.
Yeah.
Can you see that? It's 5.
It's 5, yeah.
Do we have any emphatic letter here?
No.
No.
Exactly, that's right. So let me just combine them together. I would say here, la is connected with the. Please follow me in writing this word.
Yes.
Here is it. And then we have ba. We make a small hook here. And then we make another small hook here in the M. And then we make aleph. Can you see that? By the way, don't be confused between lam here and aleph here.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see that?
So how can we...
Well, here is the point, Usama. When lam actually comes in the final position, it's not written in this way. It should be written with tail.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if it is not written with tail, then it will be aleph. Here we go. And so this is about Libya. Let me just give you another example. Latif, which means nice. Here is it. I would say that in this word we probably have about 5 or 4 letters. How many letters do we have here in this word? I think that this is about 4 letters, starting with L, which is lam, and then
I think it's 4 as well.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we have here
Yeah.
yam
And
and
fa.
fa.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Do we have any emphatic letter here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ta.
Ta.
Ta. Right. So I will combine here lam with ta. I will make that here in this way. Can you see this? Here is it. A big loop, putting alif in the left side. Don't put any dot, please.
Yeah.
And then we make a small hook here to put 2 dots here in this way. And then we make fa with the hook. And that's called latif, which means nice. So this is probably in the initial position. Okay. How about in the medial position? Here is it. I would say when it comes to medial position, it's always connected. In medial position, start from the connecting segment, draw up, and then trace back down to the line into next connecting segment. Like, for example, ballad.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just...
Say ballad or ballad?
Ballad.
Yeah.
Right. And we don't say ballad.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know why? Because we don't have vowel here. When we say ballad, we don't have vowel. But when we say ballad,
What is
Ballad.
a vowel here? What is a
well,
vowel?
vowel Usama is another segment in language. It's like consonant, but in vowel actually we don't have any obstruction of the air stream which is released out from the mouth. And in Arabic generally we have short vowels and we have long vowels. I think that we discussed long vowels before, alif, and we're going to discuss waw and ya. And also we have short vowels which is fatha, damma, kasra. And here in this word, ballad, I think balad. So we have here fatha.
Yes.
Exactly.
What's the function of vowels in any Arabic words? Like,
Right.
Oh. But the
Exactly.
I speak about the function. Oh,
Okay.
has many functions.
Okay, so let me just here. I would write the word. How many letters do we have here in this word? Ba, la, and da.
Here we have 3.
3,
3 letters, but 4 sounds.
but 4 sounds.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly the same. Exactly. So now let me start here. So we have here small hook here for ba. We put just 1 dot below the line, and then we combine la with ba with la. Here it is. This is my point. If you would like just to combine ba with lam, then you start from the bottom side here to the upside, and you get back again here to combine lam with the following letter, which is da. But I think that's also wrong. Do you know why? Because we have a big size of ba.
Yeah.
Again, so I will write that again. Here is that. In this way.
So we should be consistent in our
Exactly, that's right. You put just 1 dot below the line, which is for ba. Can you write that, please?
Yeah.
Please show me how can you write it. Here is it again. Okay, here we go. So this is called ballad. Ballad.
Yeah, that's
Which means
right.
country, right, exactly, that's right. I like that. Okay. Now let's move on here to the final position for lam. In final position, drop connecting segment and draw a big rounded tail. Make sure to dip below the line and finish the hook by bringing the pen all the way back up to the line again. Here is that. Let me just write one word here, which is tawil. In tawil, I think that we have ta. The word here is starting with ta. Let me just have a look at this. Here is that. Ta and wa. And then we have ya. And then we have la. Can you see that?
No.
How many letters here? It's
4.
4.
Okay. Let me just combine them together. I would combine ta with wa.
Yes.
Okay. And then we're going to make here ya. Combining ya here with lam. Here is it. In this way, we make a big tail here. In this. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Here is it. That's my point.
Yeah, but here the final la is connected with the previous.
Exactly.
But
Sam.
sometimes we have it disconnected.
Like, could you give me an example?
Yeah. For example, qala.
قال. Exactly. Here is that. If I say, for example, قال, it's the past tense for يقول. قا. Here is that. So sometimes that
Sometimes we
means
do even have a line in la as well.
the line in the
La.
in lam. I would tell you here something. When it
Okay.
comes, well, here is that. When it comes actually in the line, I would suppose that we have a line here So we start with qaf here in this way. Okay, and then we make a lam here in this way. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to remember that lam, when it comes in final position, I think we have two forms. It comes connected sometimes and it comes sometimes disconnected, and it depends on the word. And I think we can discover more about that in the upcoming episodes. My dear viewers, please, if you have any comment or any question, send me email to brave107@yahoo.com. Thank you for joining us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for Tawwab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.